Again, my name is Gabe Zollner. A couple of articles that you might want to sort of take a look at. There's a couple on Western Center for Journalism, and there's one on WND that I received. And it's to do with what happened in Texas with the Boy Scouts of America when they voted. And apparently 61% of the membership voted to permit gays to come into the organization. And that happened on the 23rd. Today's the 25th. It's my understanding from reading these articles that a number of churches have already broken away, as have the Boy Scouts that were supported by those various churches. I also read that a large number of the members are going to meet in Louisville, Kentucky during the month of June, and they're going to talk about the possibilities of putting together a brand new organization which will adhere to their previous standards. And if you take a look at a couple of videos that I did, MOV03178 and MOV02600, I actually spoke about this happening. And the comments that I made on one of the videos is that it's no different than a camel. Once he puts his nose under the tent, you'll find the camel inside the tent. And I had said that if the Boy Scouts of America agree to allow gays to come in as boys, it won't be long before the gay senior leadership wants to participate as well. Well, it didn't take very long, because that's exactly what they now want. And what the Boy Scouts of America have done is they've opened up the gates. Yeah. They stood on their moral convictions as to why they didn't want them in initially, and now that they've allowed them in, there's no stopping the senior membership from joining as well. And I also read that next month, during the month of June, there's a number of the membership are going to meet in Louisville, Kentucky, and they're going to be talking about putting together their own new organization, which will adhere to their previous standards. And what I see happening, apparently there's like 2.7 million Boy Scouts and members involved. And what I see happening is that the existing Boy Scouts of America will disintegrate. And the comment that I made on, I think it was Western Center Journalism, what happened to the Boy Scouts is no different than what happens to many large cities in the inner cities. They deteriorate. And that's exactly what I see happening with the Boy Scouts of America. Anyway, I think also if Congress were to do an investigation into what really happened, they'd find that the administration put their foot on the throats of some of the major donor companies and threatened them that if they didn't capitulate and agree to go along, they'd find the EPA, they'd find health services, they'd find all kinds of federal government agencies knocking on their front door to the point that they'd be put out of business. That's what I think they'll find. I can't see how many of these large corporations that have been funding the Boy Scouts for many, many years would agree to changing their mandate that they've had in effect for over 103 years, other than if Chicago-style tactics were used, which is exactly what I believe happened. Will that ever be investigated? Probably not. Congress is too busy investigating all of the other scandals that they have to deal with. Where should the focus be? Not on the Boy Scouts of America. It should be on Benghazi. Benghazi can end this nightmare. You've heard me say it over and over and over again. Benghazi can end this nightmare.